try to stay alive, ho. I gotta survive and try to stay alive, ho. I gotta survive and try to stay alive, ho.
Oh, cool. I love stupid bullshit like this.
Try to stay alive, ho.
What is this? No, my brain almost always says Liz Winstead every time.
Liz Winstead? Okay, not
Almost.
quite.
Oh yes.
Oh, that was me. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going somewhere else after you.
No, man. But the individual is Liz Wolfe. You know this individual way better than I do. They write.
Yeah, I actually know who this person is because they are one of the libertarians who is a writer for Reason. And I read Reason. I know people were like, they're so weird and libertarian. Yeah, sometimes they are, but they are one of
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. But they are one of the outlets that consistently really has good coverage on sex worker rights issues. That is a big deal to the people at Reason because the way their libertarianism works, they consider the right to be a sex worker as like an individual liberty. And so the state's kind of stepping on it. So, and they're also, of course, anti, surveillance and things like that. So Reason actually does really good reporting on a lot of sex work news. So I follow folks who write for Reason. For sex worker news and particularly Elizabeth Nolan Brown. But so Liz Wolfe also writes for them. This happened a couple days ago, and I was actually still getting notifications for it this morning for like this nonsense in this Twitter thread. And so Liz Wolfe, I don't understand why. There's an article that came out and it's about OkCupid and other like dating apps starting to introduce features where you can talk about politics. The one that they mentioned in particular in this article was OkCupid introducing a feature in support of abortion rights. So now you can just put like pro-choice, like automatically attach it to your profile so everyone can see it on your public profile. Now, for me, that seems like a good idea. I would like to know if somebody is forced birth or not, if I was going to be dating. But for some reason, Liz, who's a little fucking weird, I gotta say, Liz, this is weird, took this article, quote tweeted it and said, RIP to the thrill and joy of meeting people in the wild, where you're not immediately in filtering mode based on a list of boxes that must be checked. And I don't understand that necessarily. I think that's really weird.
Willy-nilly nonsense.
It is willy-nilly nonsense. And so
I have never heard a train out in this fucking town so damn much. I didn't know we lived that close to train tracks. All right, my bad, folks.
Yeah.
Y'all can't even hear the train. I can while I'm producing. I'm like, what the fuck? All right. Yes, willy-nilly
because we
nonsense.
crossed the train tracks.
Where?
By that like dairy factory where there's only we always say there's only one pedestrian allowed. There's railroad tracks in there.
Oh, damn, it must be a smooth pass.
No.
The car bumpsy dumpsies?
Yeah, because you always get like anxious because I always move over in the lane to avoid a little pothole that's on the track.
Okay. So a long cargo train must be passing through.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I don't mind it. I wasn't ready. All right, and not Liz Winstead.
Not Liz Winstead, Liz Wolfe. And so then she tries to like backpedal, which is such a weird thing to me on Twitter. People will tweet like something goofy and then be like, well, that's not what I meant though. I meant like, and it's like, nah, we all know what you meant the first time.
Like, then have a personal Twitter that's locked down with like your 200, most interactive people that you're really down with, and your public shit. Like, because obviously, like, you're trying to be, you have to represent the outlet that publishes you most often. I don't know if like people are contract writers for Reason or if they just go to the same writers very often. But if like the shit you post could affect your career, which is why people backtrack, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Yeah, what up?
I don't know if Reason would actually care about her, like fire her for this. Like just based on the type of outlet that they are.
But then also, why backtrack? Stand by your shit.
Because people were making fun of her. And she's like, well, stop making fun of me. That's not what I meant.
Right? Men call me a simp, and I say, fuck off, nigga. Rapists make great fertilizer. I don't give a shit. How about the people that love liberty and free speech every so fucking much? Stand the fuck by what you spoke, nigga. And spoked, I said.
Spoked. Total side note about simps. That misogynist group I somehow got added into, and they were tagging other misogynist groups in the comments. One of the groups was, you might as well paint yourself yellow because you're a simp, son.
Yeah,
And
I
Bart
don't know
is
if I got in that one or not, because some of them did reject me.
Did they really?
Yeah, like I tried to join like 10 misogynist groups, like I want to know what the fuck they're doing in there. And some of them do reject me after I locked my account down.
Really? Do you answer the questions though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you know, I know men. I know how to answer their stupid ass questions.
Right?
Yeah. But then again, like, this is weird to say out loud. I'm a public figure.
Right.
Yeah. Like if you search William J. Jackson SJW, like you gotta fucking, or climate change or leftist or progressive,
Right.
and you put my name in quotes,
Yeah.
like you're not gonna come up with a bunch of professors and shit. Because I do have one of those fucking European names.
Right.
Yeah, you look for William Jackson, you're actually probably gonna find more white dudes.
Yeah.
You're gonna find more white dudes over 60 than me.
Probably.
But you start putting in search terms to be like, well, is he a simp son? Yeah, you're actually gonna find me where I make fun of that, y'all using that word on Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. But yeah, that just reminded me about that group, which I find now, like, I'm trying to stay out of there and not comment. I'm just trying to, like, you know, just observe what's happening.
Yeah, don't say shit, man.
But like sometimes I can't help myself. I be making like snarky ass comments to like out conservative the men, and it's like funny.
Oh, now you do what I do.
Like, oh god damn it, I can't do this.
I do that shit. Now we're tangenting. We're way off of Liz, not Winstead, but Liz Wolf.
Yes.
But that's what I did in one of them. Because it was something about hating women, probably thought status patrolled, I think.
Mhm.
They have 3 thought statuses, patrolled, eliminated, and at large.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and then they added another one specifically for fat shaming, literally at large is what
Mhm.
they called it. Which is also like, but from what I'm seeing is y'all are literally just going to Google, typing in fat woman, finding a picture and posting it in the group.
Pretty much, yeah.
But it's like, this is your life.
Mhm.
Strange life, my man.
Which was actually hilarious because someone in the misogynist group did that, and they were like, look at this disgusting thing I have to sit next to in class. And everyone was like, just move to another fucking seat, you weirdo. like it did not go, it didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go, for sure. But yeah, I was just making a snarky comment because oh right, they were talking about use of the N-word.
That's good stuff.
Oh yeah, and of course they're doing the thing, right, where one person just says N and then everyone jumps underneath, you know.
Yeah.
But it was funny because one of the guys was like actually trying to defend it, where he's like, no, it's just like sometimes, like if it's just like if you're like immersed in the culture and you just hear the word a lot, like through media and stuff, when you're emotional you're gonna say it because it's just like always in your head. And I was like, so you're saying you hang out with black people? Well, I mean, like, you know, in media and music and things like that. And I was like, oh, well, if media influences you that much, whoever just like busted out curse words in Dutch or something? Dutch people are popular. No?
Yeah.
No?
Nah.
Hmm.
I don't get it.
Yeah, so he got like all mad, and then actually a guy came in to defend me.
Nah.
Weird, because he's an asshole. But you know, but yeah, it was fun. So we were just making fun of him for like, you're just so weak-minded. You heard it in a rap song and you have to say it. That's a weak man.
Yeah, and you also don't think for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And the what I did, it was one about it was a sign left like on a refrigerator or somewhere. It was like, hey man, next time you have that skank or slut over or whatever, tell them not to eat my food. And I was like, this is gonna be fun. And so and I was like, I mean, why not just buy your own house? And
Right.
stop being a loser.
Yeah.
And they got real populist real quick on my ass. All of a sudden, all these bootlicking conservatives pro-capitalism conservatives, pro-landlords earned it and made an investment. Conservatives were like, everyone can't just do that. And I was like, I don't know. When I started my adulthood, I was a renter, and I thought, wow, I'm being a loser, so I stopped being a loser. Maybe he should like stop being a loser and just buy his own house. How is he supposed to just buy his own house? Well, keep the same job for 2 years, get 2 tax returns showing your income improving. And if you are a serious man about your life, a real man and not some lazy simp, then you would be making more money and you could easily just qualify, put down your down payment and get an escrow.
Yeah.
It was so easy. I did it in 1 paragraph. And again, they just get fucking mad. And then, of course, I start faking as if I am a landlord. And I'm like, okay, well, if you want to be a loser, then be a loser. And also, I'm glad that you laugh reacted. But since you do pay rent, on the first, have my money, boy.
Yeah.
And then slowly as I commented more, laugh reacts happened less, and I was just getting 0 reacts and maybe like 1 or 2 likes, and they were just getting madder and more popular. So one of them even said, "Why do you sound like a comic book villain right now?"
Oh my God.
It's just like, y'all motherfuckers, obviously you hate capitalism.
Right. They do though.
Yeah.
They really do. But they really are just like obsessed with pretending that like, oh, if it wasn't for, you know, these gold digging whores and these niggers on welfare, I'd be a millionaire too. No, you wouldn't. And you know you wouldn't. Like, just stop playing.
Yes.
Like, and honestly, I would appreciate the honesty. Actually just come out and say, I'm a bigot in other ways. I do homophobic shit and misogynistic shit and racist shit because I feel bad about my life because I can't get ahead. Just fucking say that.
Like, are they? Oh my God, are they? I'm having a Nick Epiphany.
A Nick Epiphany.
Are these? I know.
It's an ignominy. A Nick Epiphany.
And I know so many fucking people classified as white listen to the program, and I make it hard to quote. I keep doing this, and if I would stop doing that shit, if I could quit making variations of that word, I'd be easier to quote and spread the show. People can't be like, no, you gotta hear this guy. He talks about, well, he's dark-skinned Negroes worth. It's something he calls them. He's really funny. A Nick Epiphany. Now I forgot what my Nick Epiphany was.
About them just being sad little bullies who pick on people because they're losers.
Are they mad at, and I mean, even more so lefties like us, as it were. We're still lefties, I think, maybe for like 3 more years. And fucking, like, are they mad at us because what we're bigoted about, we don't have to make any bones about it. I can literally just say, hey, it's okay to kill a rapist, right? How many people disagree? Right? Well, what they want to say is it's okay to lynch a nigger. And it's like, I can just say my bigotries. It's hard for you to argue yours. You can still say them. You have freedom of speech. And I think you should. You should actually take this one to the town square and make your argument clear to the people.
Which is hilarious because I was literally just clowning the marketplace of ideas on Twitter today.
Marketplace of ideas, like the
because so these fucking white leftists, like, you know, like the ones that have like the trademark behind them, those ones. I like how we've like gone so far from what the fuck we were talking about with it.
Because we were not talking about Liz Winstead. That's what really matters.
Doesn't matter. But no, so there's like this, I hate saying discourse because it's Twitter. Like, is it discourse really? But one of the things going on is basically a bunch of like younger white leftists, so like younger millennials, older Gen Z, are like talking about how they all went through like alt-right phases as like teenagers and early college kids and shit. And they're blaming like YouTube algorithms. And I'm like, so I'm trying to understand. You started off being a normal, empathetic, caring person, started watching YouTube videos and decided that like niggers don't deserve rights and Jews are oven dodgers and like all, I know the shit they say on there and like where it goes ultimately. And that just happened because of algorithms. So either, like, there's only two options here. Only two options. One, y'all are fucking ridiculous and will follow any thought leader at any time, so you can never sit with us because there will never be solidarity because you have no side and you'll just listen to fucking anybody, apparently.
If that's what they grew up with, yeah.
Or two, there's a reason that it was so easy for you to fall down that rabbit hole, and it was because of the way that you were brought up or previous biases or prejudices that you have, and you need to own that and stop just being like, it was just the algorithms it was just the YouTube videos, it was just the chat, or it was just the forum. No. You didn't just fall into an alt-right phase because of some YouTube videos. There was something there that made sense to you. What was that? Tell me about that. Don't just say, yeah, I had a phase, and leave it like that's okay and you're just over it and I'm supposed to not worry about you. Because either way,
not always white people.
Yeah, because either way I have a problem. Either way, you're not telling me what your actual prejudices were and being honest about your own like shortcomings, or you will just literally follow anyone and you are just going to be a prime cult member. So I never know when you flipped to a new cult and might try to kill me.
Yeah, you just mush brain.
So yeah, people got like very offended that I said that on Twitter, but it's true.
Yeah, well, fucking be it. Matter of fact, I swear to fuck, some of these Twitter things, you should be like, all right, how about this? I'll go live and you can call in and make your argument with your voice. I'll tell my husband to set up a live. Blam.
I don't think they would, because they're just arguing like goofy shit. They're like, well, you don't understand how radicalization works. It goes from, like hearing something repetitively and, you keep hearing it and you just, you keep going. And it's like, but why are you still listening to it? I'm like, but we didn't know it was that bad. I was like, so
yeah. The one who didn't get radicalized, but also saw stupid shit, doesn't know how it works. But you, oh dear lemming, who saw stupid shit and marched straight the fuck into it. We're supposed to listen to you. We need to understand your doofy ass.
This reminds me of the guy who was in a cult and got out and then wrote this whole like long ass op-ed about how like smart people are more likely to get sucked into cults because they ask more questions. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's the exact opposite of how it works. The quickest way to get out of a cult is to ask questions. They will put your ass out.
Unless you're asking questions about how to be a better member.
Right.
Like you saw it as an orientation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nigga, you saw some shit. Fuck all that. But through a phase.
But yeah, like there's so many people like arguing they went through, and like they always be making up I almost said something really, really ableist.
Yeah, shit, man.
They make up the worst excuses I have ever heard. They're arguing that some people just have like moral luck because you weren't exposed to that.
Moral luck?
Nigga, what the fuck? Yes.
You understand the fucking rap lyrics I was listening to before my brain was even a fucking a preteen, and I still didn't walk around thinking, I think I just gotta smack a B word. And you know what? Hey, excuse me, B word. Come over here, please. I believe you're due for your afternoon smacking. No. And I had that shit directly in my ears in headphones, really just like your doofy ass YouTube videos. Mm-hmm. And consider all the shit I even listen to now. Like, and somehow I'm not running around talking about buck breaking and stupid homophobic hotep shit. Mm-hmm. I was just listening to Greg Koppel, and I don't think that I need to start being a forced birther. Like, get the fuck out of here. All right, but this is about Liz Wolfe.
Oh, wait, hang on. It was, but I've completely diverted now. Because I just wanted to, as we were talking about this, this is one of the people who quote tweeted me. And something they said about Well, okay, so my tweet was, some YouTube videos really convinced y'all some people don't deserve rights. Watching all these people who just happen to be alt-right because of YouTube videos, but they almost feel bad about it, has only reaffirmed my beliefs about the uselessness of the marketplace of ideas. And then I basically said, what I said here, that, either you're just going to follow anybody or you aren't honest about how you ended up where you ended up. And somebody said, I mostly agree, but it doesn't account for the reality that slow drip content can actually change your thought process.
Nigga, you just made that the fuck up. There's no such thing as slow drip content. But nigga, we were born in the 80s, nigga. I know the language of trickle down when I hear it.
But here's the funny thing is they then tell a story and say, many years ago, I fell into listening to an AM radio show called Coast to Coast that was all paranormal stories and conspiracy theories. It was fun to me, but in retrospect, the show was really more hinged Alex Jones. So while I came for the batshit calls about the Philadelphia experiment or people talking about alien abductions, I realized after months of listening that the general paranoia of the show was actually making me more angry and accusatory. Thankfully, I had the wherewithal to recognize this change and I didn't like it, so I just stopped listening. But I've always taken to heart the toxic effect prolonged listening to the show had on me. But again, so that means for months, you thought this is a good idea.
Yeah.
And that's the part that bothers me. Why did you think it was a good idea?
Ever. The first time you heard it, slow drip, the first drip still has to happen. Like slow drip. Okay, well, I've had water slowly drip on me.
I believe that's a form of torture, isn't it? Water torture?
What?
Dripping on people?
No. I'm thinking of something dripping, right?
Yeah, like a faucet.
If that's the metaphor, yeah, the torture. Yeah, sound torture. At Guantanamo Bay, they played Britney Spears records, which is not torture. It'd be
I think it was just because they were repetitive and nonstop.
Tortured some folks. Yeah. That's all right. When Obama says it, it's okay. But fucking when something drips on me and it's water, I say, oh fuck, water dripped on me. If something drips on me and it's acid, I'm gonna be like, fucking acid dripped on me. Because you're talking about their drip, right? So one bad idea dripped on you. Should have said, what the fuck is this bad idea coming from? And look up and be like, that's bad idea place. Hey folks, there's a fucking bathtub full of bad ideas upstairs with a leak. The fucking ceiling is gonna cave in if these bad ideas keep dripping like this. But you said, hey, drip a little more on me there. That was your response. My response when I heard some bad ideas drip, I said, have y'all ever heard some nigga named Tariq Nasheed? This motherfucker has some bad ideas.
Yeah.
So maybe we're just different. Big time.
And then someone else commented, and they say this kind of stuff, it makes me wonder if people know how the pipeline to the alt-right actually works. Obviously, already bigoted people are going to end up there, but not taking into account the sheer power of simple answers to someone primed for it seems foolish. Now, what did I say? I said either you will listen to anyone or there's a reason that this was where you went. So they're arguing with me by agreeing with me? By saying not taking into account the sheer power of simple answers to someone primed for it. The primed for it part. Can y'all talk about that? What primed you for it?
It's like they're doing what I do in the house where you say something and I'm like, oh, fuck, that makes a lot more sense. So I jokingly reword it as if I said it like just on some dad joke shit, but they're doing it seriously.
Yeah.
They don't even realize that they just learned from you.
Yeah.
That's the worst fucking students. Hey, check out how I figured out geometry all on my own, Tony.
And then someone said, I don't think a lot of people don't have the education or skepticism, especially if they were raised in a Christian home, to see through the grift. A person sounds smart, is more educated. are they more educated? Makes a couple points that dovetail with some possibly mild prejudices. Maybe they make a sick burn on the SJW who dissed the video game you like. That leads you to another one, etc. It's not one video and wham, you're a racist, or that you were always super racist. Just for the record, I didn't say super racist. I didn't say super racist. I said a reason. But it's that you may not know better, and watching these videos month after month, living with these ideas and not getting evidence to the contrary just means it all sounds very credible. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Well, many years ago, they were Europeans, different sectors of Europeans. And then over time, the British made them all white. And that's what's wrong with them. They used to be European and now they're white.
Because like this shit, like, it's that you may not know better. So when you heard someone say something like George Soros runs the media, you thought that just sounded okay?
As soon as I heard Alex Jones say globalist, I was like, what the fuck is that?
That can't be right.
I was like, I don't know much about anti-Semitism, but this is giving me the tinglies.
Right.
It's giving me Holocaust tinglies.
Right. But then also, like, I also want to say that these people are lying, because I've been in these spaces on social media. We were just talking about the misogynist group that I think we're both in. We're both in that one, right?
Which one?
It's like, do women ever shut up or something?
I know I'm in that in one of my 2 accounts.
Okay. But you know, like I'm in these groups. I see what these people are saying. Anytime there's a post about a Black person, they cannot wait to write out the word nigger, right? One person will write N, then someone comments underneath I, and they go, like, they're ecstatic about it. They love slut shaming women. Anytime they see a post about a woman saying she was abused, it's like domestic violence jokes about how she deserved it. So you really cannot convince me that these folks who go down these rabbit holes don't know, because the comment sections tell the fucking truth.
Yeah, and then shout out to you coon ass niggas in these groups, which I have like over 5,000 images on this smartphone. I need to be unemployed for 3 weeks again so I can get this shit sorted,
right?
Bloody sorted. But because I saved some that are maybe some of the funniest comments I've seen, and I'm probably exaggerating. There's probably funnier, but when the Black guys in the group say, I forget how racist these groups can be sometimes. Forget? How you forget?
How?
They're aggressively racist in every single thread.
Right? And like even the one where the group is about women, do women ever shut up? Right? And like all this misogynistic shit, and someone made a post about a Black woman. One of the first things that got tagged, there's a group called Do Black Women Ever Shut Up? Like literally in the comments, they're telling you who they are every day.
Yeah. Like
I honestly don't believe people who see shit like that and be like, oh, it was just a joke, or oh, they didn't mean it. Obviously, you're okay with this type of humor because you think it's funny. Like these are your people. Stay by your people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that's the thing. But they all act like they're sheep, but they gotta watch out for the Liz Wolf. the Liz Wolf.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I'm really gonna just retitle this one when I upload it. I'm gonna title it something like Phoenix and William use Liz Wolf to tangent into some other shit. Fuck it, yeah, just going up Patreon only Phoenix and William show. Mm-hmm. It's fucking rowdy.
But yeah, do we still want to cover Liz Wolf or no?
Fuck, you know what? Oh, let's do another clip on Liz Wolf, folks. Liz Wolf coming up soon. Watch out.